Hi, guys and gals. Al Smith here. We're going to discuss another Bridgemaster hand today. This one is at the level 1, and it's hand A3. And the technique that's going to be discussed as part of this hand is multiple finesses. Okay, now, first of all, we have to all understand what is a finesse. Well, a finesse is taking a card that you're missing and assuming it's going to be in one of the other opponent hands, so that you can then try to avoid losing to that. Let's go through a quick example that'll make this a little bit easier to understand. The dummy has the ace of trump, and you, the declarer, you have the queen, jack, 10, 7, 6. Okay, so we're missing the king. Where is the king? Well, let's assume the declarer's left-hand opponent has the king. Okay, so if the left-hand opponent has the king and the declarer leads the queen, the left-hand opponent is faced with a dilemma. Do they cover the queen with the king, or do they play a low card? Well, if they play the king, the declarer is going to overtake it with the ace from the dummy and not have any losing, and not lose the king. If the king is in the right hand opponent's hand, and we play low from the dummy, the right hand opponent is going to win the trick. So the king can be in one of two places. Because he can only be in one of two places, the probability that the left-hand opponent has the king is 50%. Therefore, the probability of playing the queen and either driving out the king or winning with the queen is 50%. That's a pretty high probability. Okay, now, just so you know, the probability of success goes up or down depending on whether there's other information. For example, if your left-hand opponent opened, you would know that he or she has 13 plus points. If between you and your partner you have 20, that would be 33, and you would know that your right-hand opponent has 7 or fewer. Okay, so if your left-hand opponent has 13 and your right-hand opponent has 7 or fewer, the probability that your left-hand opponent has the king has gone up because he has more points. So you can significantly affect the probability of success or failure based upon additional information. As in all of these presentations, for declare play, good habits equal good results. Make sure that you follow these steps each time that you are declare. If you have any questions or comments, send me an email or give me a call. Okay, let's look at the hand using Bridgemaster. I'm trying to find it. There it is. Okay. Going to make it bigger, and we're going to say start Bridgemaster. We're going to pick level 1 and hand level A4. This hand A4. Okay, there's the auction. Uncontested auction getting the 6 hearts. No information being shared by the opponents in that auction. Okay, now West led the Jack of Spades. Now, what do we know? Well, probably he has the Jack 10, maybe the 9. What he's trying to do is to establish a trick within the spade suit. The Jack generally denies having a higher honor. Okay, now let's take a look at the hand. Okay, we've got the Ace King of Hearts, 4, and 4 in dummy. That means there's 5 hearts that are outstanding. Okay. Now, those could be distributed 5, 0, 4, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 4, or 0, 5. Okay, so we want to count our quick tricks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Contract level is 6 hearts. We need to take 12 tricks. Okay, we only have 9 sure tricks, assuming that nobody trumps. So we need to develop 3 more. Now, we're going to have to use multiple techniques in this hand. Well, the first one that's going to get used per force is we're going to do a promotion. Okay, if we won't play the Queen of Spades, they're going to play the Ace. right? We have just promoted a trick in spades. Okay, so instead of having 9 tricks, we have 10. Now, here's the challenge. We need to develop 2 more tricks. Okay, we can develop 2 more tricks if East has the Queen of Hearts. Okay, what's the probability that East has the Queen of Hearts? Well, 50%. So we can finesse East for the Queen of Hearts. Now, do we want to do that immediately or not? Well, no, we don't. Why? Because we want to preclude the possibility that the hearts are split 5-0 or 4-1. If they were split 4-1 with West having the Queen of Hearts and we finessed right now, we would lose that trick. So to maximize our potential, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to use, we want to take the first heart trick, okay? Because that will eliminate the possibility that the trumps are split 5-0. If they are, we're going to find out right away because one of the 2 opponents is going to show out. Okay, now there's a defensive technique that says honor, cover, honor. So if we lead the Jack of Hearts, East, if they have the Queen, might just cover that with the Queen, be using the honor, cover, honor, and that will solve all of our problems for us. So we're going to try to use that defensive technique against the defenders by leading the Jack of Hearts. We lead the Jack of Hearts, it plays low. Okay, he didn't bite. He may have the Queen, but he didn't cover. Now, because we want to protect against West having just 1 heart, and that being the Queen, because we can finesse, again, we're going to play the Ace of Hearts. All right, played the 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts have been played. We've got 6 between us. That's 10. There's 3 outstanding. Okay. So now, what's the probability that East has the Queen of Hearts again? 50%. It hasn't changed because each one of them followed. But we do know now that the hearts were not distributed 5-0 or 4-1 because each one of them played. There's only 3 left. And those can be distributed 3-0, 1-2, 2-1, or 0-3. So we've gained a lot of information. We've eliminated a lot of possibilities. So what do we want to do now? Well, we want to go back over to dummy. Now, which suit do we want to go back to dummy in? Diamonds or clubs? Well, we've got 8 diamonds, so that means the opponents have 5. We've got 6 clubs, that means the opponents have 7. So we want to pick the suit for communication where the opponents have the most cards. So what we're going to do, and if we want to preserve as many paths of communication to the dummy as possible, what we can do is we can lead the Queen of Clubs, and then we can overtake it with the ace. Well, what does that do? Well, it doesn't hurt us at all because the ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9 are essentially all the same card. But what that does is allow us to go to the dummy 2 times as we want. Okay, so we're back over the dummy. Now what are we going to do? Well, that Queen of Hearts is still hiding. So we're going to lead the 10 of Hearts. Okay, I played low. All right, now here is where we're going to implement the finesse. We're assuming that East has the Queen of Hearts, and we're going to play low. Okay, so West only had 1 heart. So the hearts were distributed 4-1. East had 4, West had 1. So 2 have been played. How many more hearts does East have? East has 2 more hearts. We finessed once. Okay. Can we just lead the 8 and play the king? No, because East will still have the Queen of Hearts. So now we're going to have to finesse again. So you saw because we have the 10, 9, 8, we have the capability of finessing east multiple times. Okay, so we're going to lead the 9 of hearts. He plays 6. We're going to play low again because we know West doesn't have any more hearts. All right, now, how many hearts are outstanding? 1. The Queen of Hearts. East has it. Going to lead that Ace of Hearts. We got to get that last heart off the street. There's that Queen. We're going to jump on her, and we're taking that trick. Now, we know that our 2 clubs are good. We've got the Ace, King, Queen, Jack, 10 of diamonds. We've got all the rest of the tricks. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and take those tricks. So we're taking our 2 club tricks. We're going to take that King of diamonds. Then we're going to come back over here to the declares hand, and we're going to take these 3 diamond tricks. Okay, so we made the contract. Now, what's really important is that we had to use lots of different techniques on this hand in order to make it. Okay, the first one was they led a spade, and we used promotion to develop a spade trick. Yes, so that got us from 9 to 10. Now, we've got 8 hearts. We need to protect ourselves against West potentially having the singleton queen, and also to find out how the hearts are distributed. So we led the Jack of hearts, hoping that East would use honor, cover, honor. But since he doesn't have anything he can promote by covering it, he didn't. He played low. And then we played the ace. We say, well, why didn't we take the finesse there? Well, if the queen hadn't been here, but over here in West's hand, we would have lost that trick and we would have gone down 1 instead of making the contracts. So we played the ace. We can afford to play the ace because we've got the Jack, 10, 9. You can see how these cards fit together. Ace, King, Jack, 10, 9, 8. The only card that's missing is the queen. So we can afford to take that king, that ace, the first trick, then go back over to the dummy using clubs because we have fewer of those and there's less likelihood that the opponents will be able to ruff. Now we take the finesse, and what we find out is that the hearts are split 4-1, and we have to then finesse the hearts twice in order to capture that queen. It's really important to keep your eyes open and to see how the various techniques are going to work together. Have a great day.